Speaking of cancer patients, an Israeli company called Bubble is now bursting onto the scene with an incredible new innovation that partners real treatment for cancer patients with mobilized virtual reality. Here to tell us more is Bubble co-founder and CEO Naomi Rudich. Thank you so much for coming in today, Naomi.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. So tell us a little bit about your product.
So Bubble is a virtual reality platform that we designed to support cancer patients. Just think about that moment that a person actually becomes a patient. They're diagnosed with cancer, and both the emotional and physical struggle now is going to, hit the roof, right?
I'm sure it's overwhelming, yeah.
Think about the stress and the anxiety and the fear.
Of course.
But also, this is actually a diagnosis that the treatments, the necessary required treatments like chemotherapy or radiation therapy, they're actually going to create other physical symptoms and side effects. So you're going to have everything from pain and fatigue and loss of hair that we all kind of see when we encounter that. And what we realize that this is both emotionally driven and physiologically driven, and that if we really want to help cancer patients, we're going to have to take on both of those.
So then how does Bubble address these issues through virtual reality?
So what we know is that our brain learns best through experiences and by focusing on just one thing at a time. And virtual reality is this amazing technology that optimizes both of these. So what we do is we actually disengage you from the world around you, triggering your problems, and we engage you into Bubble, which is designed to actually help you self-heal.
And I see we're getting some screenshots of what you see when you're in the program.
So you're going to encounter a virtual psychologist who's really going to support you. But we're going to actually take you into experiences that are going to cope better with whatever physical distress or emotional distress you're having right now.
Wow.
So that was a good example.
Yeah.
We took on women with cancer who have breast cancer or suffering from hot flashes, and we're putting them in Frosty, which actually literally cools them down, right? So think about a virtual reality.
The brain will make it real.
It's a mind-body experience.
So you go in this, and they're saying, okay, I'm really hot, so I go into Frosty, which is kind of this zone in the VR, and it cools you down.
I mean, think about the, kids that are put into virtual reality. They're sitting in a chair, but they think they're on a roller coaster.
I didn't even think about it. This must be incredible for child cancer patients.
We're definitely going to go there at some point.
Wow. So first of all, how were you and your co-founders inspired to create this, and where and when will it be available if it isn't already?
So my partner Limor, it's always personal, right? So my partner Limor is a breast cancer survivor, and I'd say that pretty much this entire vision comes from her personal experiences and those around her. But 1 out of 3 people are going to be diagnosed with cancer. It's pretty much affecting all of us, and in my case, it was my grandmother, and watching her from the sidelines, it was painful. So for us, this is this big vision to really help cancer patients through the entire treatment recovery process. Okay, about where we can get it. Right now, we're going into pilot study. We're about to head into the United States next month, and really going to give frosting to the patients with a lot of patients. But we're also going to Europe. Going to start working on anxiety.
So you're really spreading out.
Yeah, we're spreading out. And once that's done, once we have patients with going through chemotherapy and radiation therapy that are getting frosty and getting Bubble into their hands and reducing their anxiety and all that, at that point, we're going to start putting it down to the Play Store.
And we're running out of time, so unfortunately, I just wanted to really quickly mention that the AI of this program is what impressed me most. That it personalizes kind of care through the virtual reality experience.
We have an algorithm, and that's what we do. We make sure that the patient
is
treated personally.
It's a really amazing. And Naomi Rudich from Bubble, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure.